On a cool, clear January morning, LSU AgCenter crawfish specialist Mark Shirley and Vermillion Parish crawfish farmer Adler Stelly go from pond to pond looking for crawfish. This is what they find: dragonfly larvae, something crawfish normally eat.
Usually you find a few of those, but
not like that.
if anything, it tells you that the water quality is good enough for bugs to survive.
Yeah.
But there's just no crawfish.
Shirley has 40 years experience working with crawfish and says he would normally find lots of baby crawfish, like this one, at this time of the year.
So far in the last several months, I've checked quite a few crawfish ponds here in Vermillion and Acadia Parish and some other areas, and I'm just not finding the normal population of crawfish that we should have for this time of year.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing zero crawfish.
Really?
Yeah. I dipped right here in this pond, and I dipped for 10-15 minutes and I still haven't found a crawfish. Normally I'd find some little crawfish that would be maybe a ½ inch or inch and a half, especially this time of year. By early or mid-January, we should be seeing some of those young crawfish that were hatched out sometime in October, November, December. We should be seeing some of those right now, and we're not seeing many at all.
And Shirley says there are several reasons why he's not finding crawfish.
Well, it was so hot and so dry that the ground cracked open, and those tubes that they were in, those burrows, dried up. So they just dried up and died, and they only die once. And whatever we do now is not going to bring them back to life. So we just have very few crawfish survive that dry period all through the late summer and fall.
Aside from farming crawfish, Stelly also buys crawfish from other farmers. Usually he would buy and sell 350 to 400 sacks a day. On this day, a farmer delivered a sack and a half.
I had a friend in north of the interstate from here. He checked 800 traps, come in with 4 pounds. I've had stories of other guys running 1,000 traps and catching a sack. That's some of the better stories I've heard in the area. Normally the same 1,000 traps at this time of the year would possibly be 10 to 15 sacks.
It costs a farmer the same amount of time, money, fuel, and labor to get 1 sack of crawfish from 1,000 traps as it does 15 sacks, which is why even with higher prices, farmers are not making any money. And this may be only the start.
So the drought and the disaster that farmers are going through right now is affecting this season, the 2024 season of crawfish, but it's also going to affect next year. A lot of the fields that don't have any crawfish this year will have to be restocked.
Stelly says it may take a disaster declaration to keep crawfish farmers in business, which is why many are turning to Louisiana Farm Bureau.
Farm Bureau has been there, multiple times in the past, and they always there to, try to help and do the best they can. But, I ask all the farmers in the area too to, let the people that they know what's going on, their politicians and their friends and stuff, and we'll see if we can get something done.
Now, it's not just crawfish farmers who are affected. Bait dealers and manufacturers are not selling bait. The people who build and repair traps are not working. Stelly and Shirley say this disaster will have an economic ripple effect for everyone who relies on the crawfish industry.